Ian Wiseman, the birthday, the big celebration's coming up. April 13th, becoming the big 51st birthday. That's what Trish was saying. She wanted to say happy birthday, and I'll say it too. And you say, well, who's this guy? I'm doing it. You're turning 51. I'm celebrating my 50th this year. Not birthday. That's how long I've been dead. I'm standing on a beach where I was eaten by a shark 50 years ago. This is the dead Alex Kittner, Jeff Voorhees, here on Martha's Vineyard, Amity Island. You guys are going to be down here in July, I hear, checking out the island where they filmed Jaws. I'm standing on the beach where I got chowed 50 years ago. Edgartown Oak Bluffs Bridge. You'll be here if you're going to be doing a little Jaws touring when you're down on the island. Yeah, this is Jeff Voorhees. I was eaten by Jaws 50 years ago. That's how long I've been on this island. I moved down here that year, and I rubbed my dog on the beach where I got chowed. This is the Edgartown Oak Bluffs Bridge. My scene got filmed right here. Up in the dunes here, when they were filming it, you had those nice little beach houses. They looked real, but if you went like on the other side of them, it was like plywood with 2x4s holding it up. And then on the beach here, all those kids, I knew everyone on that scene. Those are all friends, and that's where I go up to my mother, Lee Fiera, in the movie, ask her if I go back in the water. Even though my fingers were bruised, she let me go back in, unfortunately. Brody was on the beach, and his two kids, Jay Mello and Chris Rebello, the older one. We were the same age. But that's where I grab a raft, start running down into this water, swim out there, and that's where you hear dun it, dun it. And that's not a good news when you hear that in that movie. That means you're eating. But it was fun making it. They filmed that this time of the year. They had to be done before the summer got too busy here on the island. And so people were like, were you afraid of the shark? No, I was afraid of freezing my 12-year-old ass off in this water. Right down there, you got the Jaws Bridge. The shark swims underneath that after I got chowed. And then you got Brody was running across the bridge. Then he runs down this jetty. And right on the other side of the bridge, you had the two kids with the fake fin. He made me do it. He's like one of the only other ones that's still on the island. It's in the movie. He's the chief of police in Oak Bluffs if you're down here. But he's on the island. But filming that, you know, that's where Spielberg was like, beg to go in the water. And when she finally lets you go in, you're going to swim out on your raft a little bit, like 20 yards out. And there was a barrel full of blood out there. He goes, when you get near that barrel, we'll say cut. So you're 12 years old, freezing your little ass off. You swim out there, get near this barrel. And then they put a half raft over this barrel full of blood. And Spielberg's like, okay, now you're going to lie on top of it. We'll start filming. And when it explodes, go into water and stay under there as long as you can. So you're 12 years old, freezing your little ass off. And the first time we try it, bam, blood shoots up in the air, up your nose, everywhere. I went underwater, freezing cold, came ashore finally, and go up to Spielberg. We all sat, and he was only 27, wanted everything perfect. This was like this was his big first movie. And then he exploded after that. But that's where he's like, no, your arm came out of the water. We're going to have to do it again. He wanted everything perfect. And so the only problem was you had to wait like 6-7 hours for all that blood to clear out. So you just have, all my friends were freezing cold because I screwed up. And since I had to join SAG, Screen Actors Guild, I went into a nice warm dressing room they had down on the beach here. And 5 days later, they finally said, you know, the next day it's like, oh, your arm came out of the water, your leg came out of the water. And then on day 5, he finally goes, okay, this time we're going to try something different. When that explodes, we got 2 guys underwater. They're going to lift you. Each one's going to grab one leg and lift you in and out of the water a few times, then pull you under and give you air. They had an extra air tank. So that's why you see me go up and down. It's like they'll lift you in and out of the water and then pull you under. So we finally did it in day 5. But the shark swims under the bridge here after. And then Susan, the girl that died before me, I would always sign photos with her. Unfortunately, she's not around now, but like last time, it was about a year ago when she passed away. But anytime I signed photos with her, she would always write first victim. So I always write second victim. But she died way down there on that side of the bridge. And then Pippet, the black lab, gets eaten right down the beach here too. And then the shark swims under the bridge here after I got eaten. But it was fun filming it. They would have cookouts, baseball games. And it's like, we were just little kids. And it's like you'd be out there playing baseball with Richard Dreyfuss and stuff. And you saw Robert Shaw. Hey, there's Robert Shaw. Let's go say hi. And before you got to him, you could smell booze. It's like, and he sounded just like in the movie. We ran up to him. Hey, how's it going? And I was like, yeah, get away from me, you little shits. He wanted nothing to do with kids. So every time we saw him, we had to run up just to abuse him. But it was fun. We used to break in and climb all over where they stored it. But anyway, Ian, from Trish, you know, what is it, April 13th, the big 51st birthday coming up. From Trish and from the dead Alice Kittner, Jeff Voorhees, here on Martha's Vineyard, Amity Island. It's time for you to have a jawsome 51st birthday. Enjoy. Maybe we'll see you when down on the island. You have a great day. Enjoy.